Hello, everyone. This is Jay Pike coming with you today from Pike's Turtle Palace, located in Adrian, Michigan. Today, we're going to talk about the common musk turtle, um, also called stink pots. Their scientific name is Sternotherus odoratus or odoratus. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce it. Um, I want to go over a little bit about their native ranges, habitats, and food and lighting. Um, So the common musk turtle ranges from areas from north to Ontario, all the way south along the east of North America, down to Florida, and as far west as Texas, north to Wisconsin. And that's their native range here in the United States. They are in Canada as well, but they're fairly widespread. They're really cool, neat little species to have. They're relatively small, with the males growing larger, reaching lengths of only 4.5 inches. So 4.5 inches is a large adult male. It's a small turtle species. They are a riot to watch in the tank. This is a 30-gallon long breeder tank. I have one male and two females in here. They are actually not too picky as to where they lay their eggs. I often find eggs on this top rock. And last year I hatched out roughly 8 babies in September from these two females. I think I had 8. I only lost a couple of eggs, and I believe that was because they were laid in the water. As far as lighting, when I house these guys inside, I do not actually use a UV light. I use LEDs inside, and the reason for that is because they actually are a native species to Michigan, where I live, and they hibernate. Now, due to the fact they hibernate, they're without UV light for several months out of the year. So when I bring my turtles in for the winter, like I just did, they typically don't use UV. I just don't give it to them. It saves me money. It doesn't seem to affect them at all. So I'm going to talk a little bit about their diet. In captivity, I have them fed pretty good on guppies and pellets and the occasional grape. They will eat those little grapes. It takes them a while, but usually they scarf them down once I shut lights off for the night. As far as the plants in here, this is all hornwort and hydrilla, and I use that in all of my tanks. And the reason I use that in my tank is because it is native here. So, because it's from here, I use it with my native turtle species. So temperatures in this tank, I keep the water between 72 and 78. When I bring them in, it's right around 78, and as time progresses, I drop the water temperature to 72, and then for about 3 weeks during the winter, I will shut their lights and heat off completely to their tank. And it gives them a little bit of a false brumation, I guess, and that's how I get the females to accept being bred every year. And they're actually doing pretty good. Everybody likes baby turtles, like baby stink pots specifically. They're only about the size of a penny when they come out of the egg. It's insane how small they are. And they're really not that hard to keep as babies, but they are particular. So in the wild, these guys eat mollusks, crayfish, insects, tadpoles, and occasionally some plant matter. They do really well in captivity on pellets. I feed a mixture of Zoomed pellets, Wardley pellets, and I think it's pronounced Missouri pellets. But the Missouri pellets are actually, it's Missouri crocodile and turtle diet, which I was unsure of, but everything I have eats it, readily eats it. So I use it. It kind of looks like dog food and comes in a 30-pound bag. But if you're interested in getting one of these guys, I would highly recommend it. There are several species of musk turtles to get. There are these common stink pots. There are narrow ridge musk turtles. There are Mexican giant musk turtles, which are sweet, and I will have one soon. And they are just fun to watch. I mean, they're full of personality. Full of personality. Oh, filtration on this tank. Filtration is something I wanted to talk about. I usually run filters on all of my tanks. That being said, this filtration in this particular tank is difficult. I am using a Fluval canister filter. It's the 405 canister filter. And the reason I say it's difficult is because my outlet for the pump is right there, behind these rocks, next to all this hornwort and hydrilla. And then the inlet is all the way over there. But the plants like to get stuck in there and like to create a problem for me with this pump. Now I've tried different other pumps. I've tried the submersible pumps in here. I've tried filters. I've tried just about everything I can think of, and this is the only thing I can keep going so long as I pull the weeds out of it every couple of days or so. But I also do water changes regularly. These water changes on all of my turtle tanks, I do 15% to 30% once a week, depending on the turtle load. This tank has 3 musk turtles in it. Now, mind you, they're small, they're not large, but I still do a 30% water change. I typically like the rule of thumb, 10% water per turtle. That's always kept me out of trouble. That's always kept me with a clean, filtered, happy tank. So, just to show you guys, that's a female, and that's a female. And my male is right there. And yeah, everything in this tank is nice. It functions nice. It looks nice. I mean, the wood is alright. I would like a different piece in there, but right now that will have to do. They use it. They use the rocks. They just use it all. I'm going to go over to the other tank over here. This is also stink pots, or common musk turtles. These were actually the babies from the 2 females I just showed you. These were the 2 that I kept. They are also both female. They're very inquisitive. They're a very smart, learning species. They're adorable. See, they're cool turtles. This is my smaller. This is also a 30-gallon, but this is a 30-gallon tall. Again, I use the same. I use wood, I use rock, and I use hydrilla. Now you'll probably notice that I don't use a dry dock, and the reason I don't use a dry dock in this particular tank is because they never come out of the water. I had one in there forever, and I just never saw it out of the water. That being said, they should be offered a dry dock, but I think that the dry docks you find at the pet stores are an eyesore. They're ugly. And they're just not designed for big turtles. Now, these turtles will never get big, but having a large dry dock in here makes the tank look like crap. A lot of people like them, but I feel like they're more marketed towards smaller turtles. And to put 2 turtles this size on one, I feel would not be adequate. So I just don't use them. Again, I do a 20 gallon or 20% change in this tank every week because I have 2 turtles, and This is actually probably my favorite tank to look at. It's the most appealing to me. I actually have guppies breeding in here, which is funny. It seems as these guys eat fish, but they leave the guppies alone. But if I throw rosy reds in there, they eat the crap out of those. So, anywho, guys, this is just two of the tanks here at the Turtle Palace, and these are in my office. And if you guys have any questions, concerns, cares, comments, you can feel free to email me at tailwhipexotics2017 at outlook.com. I'm always available to talk. I like to hear from people. There's something I like to tell people when I'm talking about turtles, when they feel they need to criticize me, is constructive criticism is key to the hobby. And I say that because you'll never know about your flaws until they're pointed out to you. You can't correct them if you're not aware of them. So, I mean, no, I'm not new to the turtles by any means, but there is someone out there who knows more about it than me. And I am 100% willing to accept that fact and to work with people and to talk with people and to hear anything that could help me better my systems. So that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys liked the musk turtles. They are certainly an overlooked species, but they're definitely one of my favorites. And I have bred the two big females again, and well, I will probably be having some baby videos as soon as those eggs are laid and hatched. So, thanks, guys. I'll talk to you again real soon. My next video will be on Mississippi map turtles, and the following video after that will be on the sliders, yellow bellies, red ears, the cooters, stuff like that. I also have a large Macrochelys temaniki, which is the alligator snapper for people who are unaware. And he's going to be a video series on his own. Probably going to be a 5-part video for that. I'm going to go over his tank. I'm going to go over his drip system, his overflow, his bucket filter, his general needs as far as temperature, food, housing, everything. That's going to be a good video, guys. I hope you guys stick with my channel, and I hope you guys learned something. And like I said, if you have something to add to this or want to see something, just like, share, and subscribe, and comment below. We'll get it worked out the best we can. Thanks, guys. Have a nice night.